Hi besties, welcome to the ultimate bookish weekend. I'm just about ready to go. I am going to pop to town and I'm going to post Molly's birthday gift, which I've been meaning to post for weeks. Her birthday was the 12th of September and it is now the 26th of September, so I've well and truly missed her birthday. I'm so sorry, Molly, if you're watching this. I have been so busy with work, and why are post offices only open at the most awkward hours? Like, they're not easy to get to if you work 9 to 5. I was meant to go last Friday, but then I had some freelance work come up, and so I've only just now managed to find the time to go to the post office. So we're going to post Molly's gift. And I'm not going to tell you what's in it because I know she's probably watching this and I don't want to spoil her birthday gift for her. So you'll have to check out Molly's Instagram, where maybe if you're lucky she'll show you what I got her for her birthday. So we're going to go post that. We're also going to pop into the library and get a library card because I haven't signed up to my local library yet, and that's a crime. I've been here since the end of May and it's now mid-September and I don't have a library card, so I'm going to go and sort that out. Please support your local library. It is so important that you use the local services like that to make sure that they stay and they get funding. Free access to books and education and a safe space in the community is so vitally important, especially right now. Also, save money on books. Borrow your books, besties. Like, how exciting. It's like free book shopping every time you go to the library. It's the best. There's also a bookstore opposite it, which I've never been to before, so I'm gonna pop into there. Let me stop talking about what we're doing and let's just go and do it. Bookshop is closing down. It says final clearance, which is absolutely gutting. I also managed to go to the post office and now I'm at the library. Hello besties, excuse the slant. I don't think there's anything I can... No, you're just gonna have to be a bit slanted on an angle. We've made it to a gorgeous lake. The girlies are in their crate in the back and we're about to take the dogs for a walk. That's what I mean when I say the girlies. We haven't kidnapped two girls and put them in a crate. It's the dogs. We're taking them for a walk around the lake, and there's also a coffee shop just there which Mum went to last time and she said that the coffee was really nice and she had some avocado cake, I want to say. That doesn't sound up my street in particular, but I am down for cake and coffee anytime, any day, any place. So I'm very excited for that. The sun is shining, the weather is gorgeous, which is so nice because we had really rubbish weather for about 2 weeks, I want to say. We just had relentless rain and it was agonizing, and now the sun is glorious and shining, so let's go. Are we going for walkies? Oh, look at the pretty girl. This is Olive, our new puppy, and then May, our big puppy, is around there somewhere. Your legs definitely dangled. Oh yes, my legs definitely dangled too. Hi besties. It is now just gone 7 p.m. and I am in my gym clothes ready to go and work out, but I need to wait for my dinner to digest because I did just eat some spaghetti bolognese, which I just cooked and it was delicious, but I need to wait for that to digest before I can go and work out. So I thought whilst I'm waiting, first of all, I'll update you on my day, and second of all, we will talk about the books that I've recently been reading, because I've read a lot of books, but I haven't posted on Instagram for about 2 weeks. I've been so absorbed in my new job I haven't posted anything. So I want to catch you up on my day, and I also want to catch you up on my new job, and I also want to catch you up on what I've been reading. So lock in, get a drink. We're going to have a little catch-up session right now, a little FaceTime, okay? First of all, my day. So as you saw, I went for my walk with my mum. We took the doggies around a lake. It was really pretty. We didn't actually see much of the lake because the path had trees lining it, which was beautiful, but we couldn't see the lake for most of the walk. It was also one of those lakes that was so big you couldn't actually lap it. We kind of had to walk for a while and then eventually be like, are you tired? I'm kind of tired, shall we go back? So it was a little bit of a weird walk. I don't know if it was necessarily a great lake to walk around. We got back and I immediately started cooking dinner because I knew I wanted to eat early so I could hopefully go to the gym later. And that's really all you've missed. Nothing that exciting. I don't know how much I've really spoken about this anywhere. I think I did put an Instagram story up saying I'd gotten a new job, but I have a new job. I'm working at college. I work in pastoral support, student support, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm about to go into my 3rd week of working there. So that's my new job update. Obviously, I'm not going to say too much because I can't really talk about the intricacies of my job given its confidentiality. I also don't want to talk about where I live or where I work. So all you get to know is that I work in pastoral support and I love it and I find it really rewarding and it's possibly one of my favourite jobs I've ever had. Let's move on to talk about the books that I've been reading because I have been coming home from work and just reading. That's all I've been doing. So I've got my reading journal with me and I want to talk you through what I have been reading. So I have one book that I started about the 19th, I've said the 19th of September in my notes, and I'm still reading it, and that's kind of long for me because it's been a week, but I've kind of been chipping away at it slowly, and that is A Broken Blade, which I have also been reading today. This is a romantasy. It gives very similar vibes to Throne of Glass. So if you are a Throne of Glass fan and you're looking for something that's going to scratch the same itch, I feel like this might do it for you. I will say that I have still got about 100 pages to go, so I can't vouch for what the ending is like, but so far I've been really enjoying it. I think it's really, really good fun. It is a fae fantasy world. It follows the king's assassin, and there's a bit of an enemies to lovers arc with a fae male, so it definitely gives me Throne of Glass vibes. I think this is actually a book that trended on TikTok at some point. I am so not on book talk. I had no idea that this was a popular book. I thought I was picking up some kind of niche indie book, but I do think this is somewhat popular. I actually think I've got an American copy of it because this is larger than a UK paperback. If I show you it in comparison to a UK paperback, it's definitely larger and it just feels floppier, which feels like the books I felt in the American bookstore. So I think I've actually picked up, someone's imported a copy of it. I am now going to need to buy the rest of the series because I'm kind of intrigued. So I'm still reading this, I am loving it, but it's just taking me a while to get through it for some reason. I then read The Mothers by Brit Bennett, which has been on my radar for a very, very long time. I know The Vanishing Half is probably her more popular novel, but for some reason The Mothers always really appealed to me, called to me, and I'm so glad I finally read this book because it was a 5-star read for me. I loved this book so much. To me, this is the epitome of just beautiful storytelling. Really vivid characters who have complex, interesting relationships, a plot that kept me gripped from start to finish, and some really clever writing conceits that were just really understated at the same time. I feel like a lot of lit fic these days can feel really overwrought, really overdone, really trying to be profound and trying to say something complex and nuanced, and in that attempt they don't actually say anything at all. It's like the writers are so fixated on the style that they don't even think about the substance of the books. This was not that. It does not fall into that trap. This is a pretty solid, great example of what happens when literary fiction / general fiction is done well. I was then on a sort of literary fiction, historical fiction, general fiction kick, and so I read Lessons in Chemistry, and this book was so hyped up that I was really worried it was not going to live up to expectations, and I was wrong. It was really, really good. I don't want to spoil any of the content of this book, and I think you should just go into it blind and enjoy it for what it is, but it's a real character study. It follows this one main female character who I was obsessed with. I thought her perspective was so interesting. I ended up giving it 4 stars. It just fell short of the 5-star mark for me, and I can't really put a pin in why. And then I read Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. Now, this had been on my physical TBR for quite a long time. I want to say maybe since last Christmas. This is a literary fiction. It follows a range of characters, predominantly a lady, a little bit of an older lady. She's called Tova, which I thought was such a marvellous name. I love the name Tova. Tova's husband has died and she starts working as a night cleaner at the aquarium, and that helps her cope because her son has gone missing. And whilst cleaning, she meets this Great Pacific octopus who's called Marcellus, I want to say. It ends up becoming a little bit of like a mystery with kind of discovering what happened to her son. The octopus is involved in that. We actually hear the octopus's narrative, which I thought going into this book was going to be my least favourite part of this book. But having read this and having read Lessons in Chemistry, which has a dog's narrative in it, I am a changed woman. Apparently, I love animal narratives in books. This was decidedly mid. Good. It was just good. If this really interests you, give it a go. If it doesn't really interest you, I think there are other books in the literary fiction genre or the general fiction genre which are better and maybe will do more for you than this book will. And so that catches you up to speed with everything that I've read this week. Bear in mind, it's Friday, so I've read 3 whole books in 5 days, and then I've also read a significant chunk of this as well. So I really have just been on a roll with reading. Good morning, besties. Apologies for whatever this camera angle looks like. I don't know what this looks like. I can't see. It is now Saturday morning. I have just made it to the gym. I did not end up going to the gym last night. I ended up doing a Pilates workout at home. I just felt way more tempted by that. I did pick out an audiobook to start last night. I actually started China Room. This has been on my TBR for a while, so I'm really glad that I'm finally knocking this off my TBR. I have read 26 chapters of it. I haven't got much left, so I'm hoping I can listen to the majority of the rest of it whilst I'm in the gym, and then we'll be able to finish it by the end of the day, and we will have finished a whole book within less than 24 hours, which is so slay. I am just loving making reading a priority at the moment. I'm going to go in. I haven't actually figured out what I'm doing today. I think it might be a leg day. It is quads and glutes day, so I'm going to go do that, listen to my audiobook whilst I'm in the gym, and then I shall report back to you later and we will have a lovely little Saturday together. Hi besties, let's have a catch up. I've just made a nice little latte for myself. That's really good. So I went to the gym early this morning. I came back, I showered, I got ready, I did some cleaning, I did some admin. That was it really. In that time, I finished reading China Room. I picked it up in a charity shop, and the main thing that drew me to it, one was the blurb, because the blurb sounded really interesting, and 2 was that it had a quote on the front from Camila Shamsi. Camila Shamsi wrote a gorgeous, gripping read. Now, if Camila Shamsi says jump, I say how high. I love Camila Shamsi's writing, and I just thought if she had blurbed this, then I was probably going to love it. I'm just going to read you the first sentence from the blurb. It says, "A breathtaking novel of love, oppression, and the pursuit of freedom, China Room twines together the stories of a woman and a man separated by more than half a century, but united by blood." I mean, that is so up my street. I love a multi-generational novel. I love a multi-timeline novel. So this book was already calling to me in that sense. I haven't settled on a star rating. I think it is feeling like a 4-star, probably. I don't think it's a 5-star read for me. And now I can put it back on my shelf because I've read it. Where does that go? I can figure out where it goes. It is going just here next to Elif Shafak and Camila Shamsi, funnily enough. It belongs on that little shelf, just there. So now I have my coffee. I need to do a little bit of work. So I'm probably going to clock in for a little bit of a shift at work. And then the plan for the afternoon, I'm probably going to read more of A Broken Blade. I don't have that much left of this and I would really like to finish it in this video. So I'm thinking I could probably do that today. I'm on page 347. I don't want to read the last line. It ends on 420, so I have less than 100 pages left, so I really, really want to read this today. I'm also going to update my reading journal because I've read China Room and I'm hopefully going to finish A Broken Blade, so I will write my reviews for those. If you're wondering where this gorgeous notebook is from, because I'm actually obsessed with it, like I think it's the most stunning notebook ever. This was from TK Maxx and I only got it recently, so if you look for it, the brand is Molly and Rex. I am going to do a bit of work. I'm gonna light an autumnal candle so it feels really cozy in here, and I will catch up with you in a bit when we do some more fun reading activities. Hi besties. Same sofa, same seating position, a different outfit. I've now put my pajamas on. I've got this crew neck on. It says, rather be reading. This is from Joni. I was kindly sent this by Joni. Joni has some of the most gorgeous clothes. They sent me a jumper and they also sent me a pair of trousers and a matching blazer, which was so slay. I posted a video of them on my Instagram story. You guys went feral for them. I'm sure they'll be making an appearance elsewhere on the vlogs, on the Instagram account, because I'm obsessed with all of the items they sent me. This is not sponsored by Joni. They're not paying me to say this, but they did kindly send me some of their stuff. And I was very keen to have it because I saw a gingham dress of theirs at the beginning of the summer and I was like, that is my dream dress. And I very nearly bought it and I ummed and ahed over it because I was trying to be more mindful about spending money on clothes, and I've been really good with that. And in the end I didn't buy it, but I had it saved in my Instagram in like 3 different variations. Like I have saved multiple people wearing the same dress, and I followed the brand because I love this dress so much, and I really love their size inclusivity. I really like the quality of their clothing. I just am very pro Joni. This jumper is so cozy. I've not taken it off since I've got it. I love this tiny detail, and I'm gonna show you. This is a detail that I appreciate, okay? So at the bottom of the jumper, on the hem, they actually have a little slit in the hip on the side, which means the bottom hem of the jumper is that little bit looser. And for those of us who are a little bit wider hipped like me, this means my crew neck isn't clinging to my hips. It's actually a bit of a baggier fit, and it's so flattering. And it's such a small detail that just tells me that their designers have women's bodies in mind and are just conscious of good design and good quality. And I just appreciate that. So thank you, Joni, for sending me the jumper and for my suit, because I am obsessed with all the pieces that you sent me. I have been reading The Lamplighters on audio. I have got the physical copy next to me, but that's mostly just so I can see how far in I am. And so far, I'm really enjoying this. It's written at times almost like a play. The women, they have these sort of monologues that remind me of a play. Which is very interesting. It's quite dramatic, and I can really see this being adapted for the stage. I am, however, now going to switch back to A Broken Blade because I am so close to actually finishing this book. I have less than 100 pages to go, and I feel like I really want to finish this tonight. So I'm going to lock in, get cozy, and read this, and I will report back to you in a bit. Good morning, besties. It is currently, what time is it? It's just gone 9 AM, it's 9:15, and it is Sunday. I am up and ready and keen to head to the gym, honestly. Kind of want to just get to the gym now, but before we do that, I want to update you on my reading. I'm also, once again, using my ghosty coffee cup, and I'm obsessed with it. I really do want to go to Tesco's and buy the matching, I think they have one with like black cats on it. I really want it. I want the pair because they're so cute, and also just a very good coffee size. Last night I finished A Broken Blade. I really enjoyed this, and I think if you are a Throne of Glass fan, then you will also enjoy this. This book ends on a cliffhanger. I am a big believer in books can have cliffhangers in series, absolutely, but each book should also be its own self-contained unit. And for me, this book wasn't just like a cliffhanger, it was like a ravine. Like a massive gaping hole at the end of it where no questions were answered. It just ended so abruptly, didn't answer any of the questions from the first book, but I'm also a little bit of the opinion that I don't think a book should just abruptly drop off of a cliff. So I think I'm leaning towards a 4-star. This can now go back on my fantasy shelf. I think Black Bardu. Oh, I think those are actually in the wrong order. Holly Black should be after Bardugo. Uh-oh, I've had those in the wrong order. Okay, let's just rearrange those. B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Okay, in there. I don't know if anyone else is the same way, but if I need to alphabetize something, I have to go A, B, C, D, and I have to go through the alphabet to figure out where it goes, because I have not got the skill yet of knowing where like letters are in the alphabet. I actually could do with putting a few books back on my shelf, because I have some that are on my TBR that I just realistically don't think I'm going to read, so I might actually grab those quickly. These were all on my September TBR, and I'm just not going to get to them realistically. I have Spark of the Everflame, 7 Year Slip, A Man Called Ove. Pen Cole, she goes on my fantasy shelf. She goes in there. Welcome to my romance shelves. 7 Year Slip, Ashley Poston. Pop you in there, babes. And then I have literary fiction, which goes on my lit fic shelf. Let's head over to my lit fic shelves. I really feel like I have a library and I'm shelving stuff. It's really good fun. Bachman. Oh, Bachman is down here. Go here. I am going to continue listening to The Lamplighters when I go to the gym, but I could do with picking out a new physical read, and I kind of think I know what I want to read. I have 2 Hannah Bonham Young books I'm really excited to read. The first is Out of the Woods, which is actually mine and my best friend's book club pick for the month. Millie and I have a book club every month, it's just the 2 of us, and we decided we were going to read Out of the Woods. That was before I remembered that People Watching was coming out, and so I've also got a copy of this. And I'm really excited to read both of them. So I think I'm going to read Out of the Woods first, because it is our September book of the month and I really need to get to this before the end of the month. And then I will treat myself to People Watching maybe straight after if I'm in the mood. Let's get started on Out of the Woods while I drink my coffee, and then we'll head to the gym and we will listen to The Lamplighters. Guys, I actually have the best news of all time. My favourite charity shop, which also has the best book selection ever, opens at 10 AM and it's a Sunday, and I didn't think it would be open on a Sunday, but alas it is open on a Sunday. And so guess what, we're going book shopping. We are not buying loads of books because we do not have the money to buy loads of books, but we are going to have a look, and we are also most certainly going to have a look at the clothes, because I need more winter clothes quite desperately actually. So we are going to go and scoot over there, go and have a little look, and then we're going to go to the gym. And when I tell you I am in the best mood, because my shop is open. My favourite shop is open. I'm gonna see if I have any cash lying around, because if I can spend cash, it doesn't count. I am so excited. You do not understand how happy this has made me. Let's go. We have made it to my absolute favourite charity shop. I'm so excited. I had an excellent drive here singing along to Noah Khan. I've been obsessed with the song Main. It's one of his earlier releases. I think it's off like an earlier EP. I've been listening to Main non-stop. Like, it is my go-to song at the minute. I am obsessed with it. The intro is just the best. Like, it is Noah Khan at his best, at his folklore best. So if you want a song recommendation for this autumn, listen to Main by Noah Khan. In fact, just listen to all of Noah Khan's earlier music. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Let's go in and see what we can find. I'm very intrigued to see if there are any really good books. Someone around here must have a similar reading taste to me, because there are always like recent release books donated that are very up my street. So whoever that girlie is in this vicinity, thank you. You are filling my bookshelves. Hello besties, I've been to the shop. I made an error of judgment. I bought A Court of Mist and Fury because I was convinced I did not own a copy of this book. It turns out I do own a copy of this book. and it's non-refundable and non-returnable. Fortunately, it was only £1.50, but that is slightly annoying. I didn't realise that I already owned a copy, so I'm gonna have to just hold on to this, and at some point I'll try re-gift it to somebody. I then bought a copy of The Vanishing Half because I just read another Brit Bennett book and I absolutely loved it, so I definitely want to read this at some point. I've also heard rave reviews around this book for years, so I think that's a solid bet. And then finally, a bit random, I bought series 1 of One Tree Hill on DVD because I want to buy myself a DVD player and get back into owning physical DVDs. And I've watched some of One Tree Hill, but I never actually finished the series, and they had loads of the box sets in there, so I just bought series 1 for now. I had self-control, and I can always buy the rest of the series if I want to. I tried on a couple tops, a couple of skirts, a couple of pairs of trousers, was not sold on any of it. We're now heading to the gym. Hello besties, I'm out the gym. I just did 45 minutes of Pilates, which was really good and I felt it deeply. And then I did 2k walking on the treadmill, and I upped the pace as I went so that I was walking pretty fast by the end. And that was my gym session done for the day. And now I'm gonna head home, make some lunch.